30-day perfection challenge. How are you all doing? Hope you're doing well today. I'm doing terrifically well. So I got to day 26, 27 of the 30-day perfection challenge, and I absolutely hit the wall. A combination of serious overtraining, picking up the virus that my son had, and full body cramping. That's what happened. Actually, no one is more disappointed than me that I didn't quite make it to the end. But that's not a big issue. Actually, that's cool, man. That happens, you know. How did I know that I needed to take a break? Well, I was actually spending some adult time with my wife, and during that adult time that we were engaging in, my wife thought that I was making happy, enjoying myself sounds, when actually I was making my hamstring and my quad on my left leg is cramping so badly that I am actually screaming in pain. So I went from my wife thinking, oh, he's having a good time, to, oh my God, what do I do? Do I call 911? Obviously it wasn't that bad, but the cramp was pretty bad. Because the cramp was on both sides of my leg, I didn't know whether to straighten or bend or what to do to get rid of it, and it was super painful. Basically from there, I was getting cramps obviously in the calves, in the legs, in my intercostal muscles, all throughout my body. And overtraining is a real thing. Apparently you can actually get there if you work long enough and hard enough. Beefcake! So anyway, that was the start of my cramping. Combine that with, well, probably the cramping was partially overtraining, partially the virus I got from my little boy, and so it goes. So had to take a little bit of a break, had to scale it back a little bit. But that is sort of the essence of Z100. Sometimes it can be hard to tell how far you can push yourself. And that is sort of part of what I was doing, actually. Part of the overtraining was to see how far I could take it. And I got to that point. Apparently, when you're 43, 3-a-days for, going on almost 30 days is just too much, especially with the intensity I was putting in. But I did see a lot of constant improvement, and that is extremely positive. So one of the things about perfection, I sort of went into perfection with the attitude that let's get in and let's go the perfection is going as hard as you possibly can. And I think what my take home, or one of my take homes, is that perfection is going as hard as you possibly can in certain periods. True perfection also includes health. And I was eating at a deficit, which probably for the amount that I was working out was not that good an idea. My rest was adequate, but possibly because of the amount that I was doing, could have been more. Could have spent a little bit more time doing both passive and active relaxation, though I did find that the Tai Chi was extraordinarily helpful to me in rest and recovery. So perfection is probably getting all of the pieces in your life right, rather than just trying to do them all as full on and as intense as possible, which has always been a sort of an issue for myself and a lot of athletes who don't really know when to back it off. You find one of the big things that MMA athletes often do in a training camp coming up to a fight is they go too hard and they don't actually give themselves that adequate time of rest so that when they walk in the ring, they are ready to go. Alright, so I found It's probably better to make sure that you can stay, if you're looking at perfection, if you're looking at trying to get the best bang for your buck, it's probably more important to try and stay consistent, or make sure that you can keep your consistency, rather than trying to be constantly intense. As I've said many times before, you need to have a proper balance of consistency and intensity to actually reach the maximum peak of your goals. So, in living Z100, I had to back off a little bit from the perfection challenge. I'm actually in a perfect health challenge at the moment, but I'm not going to film that because it's time to get on with the Silverback channel. It's time to get on with the Silverback Z100 and give to you guys. Give as much training advice, as much diet advice, as much life advice. My psychology is probably one of the best things that I can bring you all, so that you can meet your goals. And that really is the primary goal for me, is to help you guys get where you want to go. So anyway, that's putting a nice bow in the 30-day perfection challenge. I'm doing great. It was a great experience. I thoroughly still suggest that all of my friends out there get out and give yourself a challenge. Make sure it's one that you can start and finish. I've had plenty of success in my life, and this one has not brought me down at all. I'm just hitting the ground running, moving on with the next thing. There's obviously a little disappointment that it wasn't done absolutely perfectly, but I found perfection, you know, different to me, different to you. But I hope you guys can take on a challenge, start it and finish it. That's critical. And I hope that you guys can keep watching the channel and enjoying what I bring to bear. Alright guys, girls, friends out there, thanks for watching. I'm the Silverback, and I'll catch you next time.